Hello friends, welcome to our channel. So we are back with an informative video. Today we will be discussing on public sector banks and their privatization. Before going on the topic, I just want to remind you that on this channel you will find all the informative videos specifically on current affairs, and you can visit our videos as well by clicking the I button, and you will find all the links in the description box. So let's start this topic. Privatization has become India's need because of the financial crunch and specifically banking sector because of the growing NPAs, and we know that specifically public sector banks, they have around 5.77 lakh crores of NPA that is not performing assets. So privatization, specifically mentioning about banks, is being said by our finance minister in her budget speech this year. She mentioned that government is planning to privatize two mid-sized banks and one general insurance company. All the banking sector employees are dissatisfied by government's this move, and they know that this decision will impact their employability and also the working culture. To understand this better, we have to first understand the banking structure of our company. So first of all, we will look how many types of banks we have. In this slide, you can see that there are 8 types of banks in India. First of all, we will look the function of banks. One of the function is acceptance of deposits from public. Other is provide demand withdrawal facility, lending facility, transfer of funds, issue of drafts, providing customer with locker facility, and dealing with foreign exchange. The first bank is central bank. Reserve Bank of India is termed as the central bank, and the main function of these specific central banks are guiding other banks, issuing currency, implementing mandatory policy, and supervision of financial system. Cooperative banks, they have three subordinates, specifically state, district, and village. Cooperative banks are organized under State Government Act. They give short-term loans to the agriculture sector and other allied activities. State level bank, just like NABARD, district level banks, state and central banks, village level agriculture cooperative banks. Commercial banks are the ones in which we will find most of the banks coming. Commercial banks are organized under the Banking Companies Act 1956. Public deposits are the main source of fund of these commercial banks. Public bank is a bank where the majority stakes are owned by the government or central bank. Private is where the majority stakes are owned by a private organization or an individual. Foreign banks are with their headquarters in the foreign countries and branches in our country. Fourth is the regional rural bank. These are special type of commercial banks that provide concessional credit to agriculture and rural sector. They were established in 1975. Local area banks introduced in year 1996 and organized by private sector. Specialized bank, just like Small Industrial Development Bank of India, SIDBI, Exim, Export and Import Bank. The second last bank is Small Finance Banks. These looks after micro industries, small farmers and unorganized sector. Jan Small Finance Bank and Utkarsh Small Finance Bank are the example of these banks. Payment banks are newly introduced form of bank. People with an account in the payments bank can only deposit an amount of 1 lakh and cannot apply for loans. Examples are Airtel Payments Bank, Jio Payment Bank, and Paytm. So in this slide, we will get to know that what is the structure of our banks to understand how PSB is structured. In the other slide, we will get to know more about it. So Under Indira Gandhi's government, India took a specific step in favor of nationalization of banks. The nationalization of banks took in two phases, starting from 1955 when Imperial Bank of India became State Bank of India, and in 1959 seven subsidiaries were nationalized. Second phase, where 14 main commercial banks in India are nationalized. As we know, as we already discussed, that public sector banks are those banks where government hold more than 50% ownership. And we can also see that if they want to privatize it, the government stakes will be lesser than 50%. Public sector banks are specifically nationalized in a way that they can reach most of the people in the country, also in the rural areas. As we know, that Jan Dhan Yojana is also one of the areas to improve, because we know that banking sector is not reaching to the rural people. In the other slide, we will see that how many public sector banks we have. We have 12 public sector banks. There were 27 banks till some years ago, but now they were merged, and there are these 12 public sector banks: Bank of Baroda, Bank of India, Bank of Maharashtra, Canara Bank, Central Bank of India, Indian Bank, Indian Overseas Bank, Punjab National Bank, Punjab and Sindh Bank, Union Bank of India, UCO Bank, and State Bank of India. In upcoming slide, we will see that which all banks is proposed by the Indian government to be considered as privatizing those banks. So we know that if government will be taking any step, they will be conducting or constituting one committee. So privatization of banks has been introduced by PJ Nayak committee. PJ Nayak was the former CEO and chairman of Axis Bank, and the RBI has constituted a committee that is named Committee to Review Governance of Boards of Banks in India. And this committee recommends that government should bring down its stakes in public sector banks. As we have already discussed, that the NPAs or bad loans are at around 8 lakh crores. A loan becomes NPA if there is no repayment of interest or principal for 90 days. Due to this, the performance of banks are going down, and it is not good for India for future. So that's why PJ Nayak committee advocates that government should bring down its stakes in PSBs, because government will recapitalize these banks and major chunk of the budget will go in this. And in upcoming years, we need more infrastructure projects coming in. So that's why we have to privatize these banks. Mainly, there are some consequences as well. So these banks who are not in a good shape, they have been merged as well. Recently, 10 banks were merged into 4 banks. But this committee was constituted in 2014, and till now, nothing significant has been done. Only one instance where government is saying they have privatized, but they have not done it. The government finally acted when LIC, Life Insurance Corporation, took over IDBI Bank in 2018, but it was not a privatization, because LIC is also a government-owned company. So it's not a privatization. Privatization is a process where we are selling the assets to the private player, not a government-owned body. And our performance in accordance to the privatization process is dismal, because last year we were targeting 2 lakh crore rupees from it. We only managed to get 20 to 30,000, and this year we are targeting 1,75,000 crores from privatization, and I think so it will be also difficult. There are some latest updates about privatization that also managed to ignite the protest. Through sources, we got to know that there are four banks that Indian government has shortlisted. From these four, two will be privatized. Bank of Maharashtra, Bank of India, Indian Overseas Bank, and Central Bank of India are the four banks that are shortlisted for privatization. According to the sources, government is considering mid-sized to small banks for its first round of privatization to test the waters because many employees and their future are also attached. You can see the Bank of India, they are having a workforce of 50,000. Central Bank of India has around 33,000. Indian Overseas Bank employs 26,000 and Bank of Maharashtra is about 30,000, 13,000 employees. So I think so from my sense, government will be first privatizing Bank of Maharashtra as the burden of employees are lesser and risk will be also lesser. So that's why these, I think so around 1 lakh people are protesting and other people are also joining them because privatization will also hamper their chances to go in a way that because specifically in India, uh, people they gone through exams, very tough exams because of the population as well. The examinations, many crores of people they do it. And once they get a government job, now they are saying that it's privatizing. So they are also disappointed and also employability due to COVID is also impacted. So once the banks will be privatized, it will be difficult for them as well to sustain. So that's why they are protesting. So around 10 lakh bank employees and officers under the banner of United Forum of Unions, having around 9 unions, are protesting. AIBA is All India Bank Employee Association. NCBE is National Confederation of Bank Employees. And AIBOA is All India Bank Officers Association. There are around 10 lakh employees that are protesting and specifically for their future because they know that once these will be privatized, it will be difficult for them and they are okay with the merger because merging two government banks with one government bank, it's okay because the specific body will be government, the governing body will be government. But once there will be privatization, they will also downsize. And we know that in current COVID situation, many companies, they have not decreased specific employees, but they have downsized. They have downsized from 15 to 20 people team to 2, 3 people. So it's not decreasing, it's a downsizing in specific number. So they are also looking after a good sign from the government that they can give assurance that their job will not be taken up once it's all done because now government is eyeing for a good deal in these banks. So I just wanted to know your views as well on this privatization and India going ahead to privatize more sectors as well. Just like recently, Vizag steel plant is also there, and many people are protesting there as well because it was performing better, but now government needs money. So this is the whole case I tried to explain you. So thanks for listening to our video and coming to our channel. If you have any suggestion, you can write us in the comments and we will be back with the informative video. If you like this video, kindly like, share and subscribe. And if you have any suggestion for future topics, you can also write in the comment. Thank you for your time.